Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, August 17th, 2023. We have a dolly. Yes, there's that pretty face. There's a pretty face of the dolly up back there. She is here. She is comfy up top. Let's see if we can just there we go. There we go. Now we can sort of see the dolly up above behind the bookcase. So what's gone on these past couple of days since the last time we met? Well, to be honest, I mostly just let the game run since the last time we met, had it up in the background while playing other stuff. Particularly Pokemon Compass mod for Violet. So with that, I've actually at this point gotten through the first couple of gyms. How many gyms have I done? How many Titans have I done? And how many of those Starfall bases have I done? I've done 2 Starfall bases. I just did the Fire Starfall base, and in the Compass mod, there is a set order that you are intended to go through the game with. You do Gym 1, Bug. You do the Bug Gym. You do the Grass Gym, like immediately after, pretty much immediately after. Then it's the it's the Grass Gym, but also the Titan that's there. So you do the Bug, Titan, Cloth Titan, then the Grass Gym. Then you go over and you do the Dark type Starfall, and then the Water Gym, and then all the way back over to do the Fire Starfall base, and that. Oh, I forgot. There's another Titan in there. There's the Bombardier Titan you do before the third gem. So yeah, that's generally speaking how far I've gotten. The level range at this point is in the 40s. It's 40 about for the next gym, Iono's gym, in the town that has the best music in the game. Um, that's like the next to do list item, but I'm going through the raid dens. I'm trying to do the raid dens that I can do and like get super mega ultra over leveled on at least one team member for going into each gym. In which case, yeah, it's the first time I'm actually using Claude Sire on my team, and it's currently level 68. So it's a bit higher than what I need for the gym, but I'm gonna like keep pushing it into the stratosphere, and we'll see what happens. Honestly, it's like attack stats are a little on the lower side. It's bulky, it's defensive more than attacky, but with enough levels, yeah, you get those attack stats that you need with enough of a level difference. Anyway, that's where I'm at there. I just let Factorio run in between streams. For the most part, there's a couple of things that I did do since we last met. So what did we do last time we met? Last time we met, we set up algae drones, and in between streams, I've made a little bit of a mess. Yeah, so I've launched a few excavation drones and launched a few algoculture drones to try to get through this algae percent here. At this point in time, I do have enough areas left to complete the algae. I am in fact going to be completing the algae right now. We are completing our algae mission requirement right now. So, yeah, and techs happened as well. I was able to unlock grass. In fact, I've taken all of the biological sciences that I can currently take, meaning that I now have access to the ability to burn cellulose, make oil, and make fertilizer. We will have to make fertilizer today from algae and cellulose and ammonia, nitric, and sludge. This can be a self-contained build producing cellulose from algae and making or bringing in ammonia and making the nitric from the ammonia that you have there. Sludge can just get made like very easily locally as well. So it's a self-contained build that can make fertilizer from nothing. From nothing. You don't need anything. No inputs for that build are required. So we are going to set that up. Algae is now 100%. And the mission didn't disappear. Which seems to suggest that this is a requirement that must be maintained through the end. Also, the colors changed for whatever reason. I don't know why we have this, like, vented stat that got added to the mission list at some point. It's completely pointless for it to be there. We're actually at 53% on our oxygen requirement, so we're getting there on that one. The algae should theoretically be helping. Theoretically. But grass and trees will help a bit more. Although, the bulk of oxygen actually comes from algae. By the way, the bulk of oxygen released in the air has originated from algae and not the other terrestrial plants. They add more, but the bulk of it's algae. Yeah, glorious bacteria doing wonderful things, making oxygen for the planet. All right, we've done that thing. So now we need to discuss some of the other things. Right. The big thing last time was we made bacteria and algae and got into the science that uses those, the microbio science hacks. And that's gone and been good. That's been good. We got those things. I've just finished the algae requirement. Got it over 100% now. And between streams... Oh yeah, we also set up processor 3s. We made processor 3s in the mall last time as well. And made robot frames. Robot frame 4s last time. We did that. So, between streams... Here's the frames. What I did was I was able to set up level 4 Constructobots. So I now have level 4 Constructobots. Every single bot was replaced with level 4 Constructobots. So there we go. Constructobots. Logibots, excuse me. I don't have the Constructobot tech yet, and Constructobots need worms. I don't know why we need to take wildlife management in order to get into construction robotics 4 when they don't require anything from wildlife management 1. You don't need this to make multi-tools. Right? Multi-tool 2. When did that unlock? Multi-tool 2 needs this stuff. I don't even know if I'm making it at this point. I don't think so. I will set that up because it looks like I will be needing it. But, yeah. I can just have these. I don't understand why the construction robotics 4, robot construction 4, is locked behind wildlife management 1. Outside of, we just want to delay it after you get access to Logibots. For no good reason. There's no good reason for it to have this requirement. None. Oh, and they need productivity module 3, so I do need to actually set that up as well. Now that that has been unlocked. I did have to set up the speed modules. In fact, I set up and made a ton of the speed modules, because those will be a direct replacement. Going from 30 to 40% speed per module is quite nice. So I will get rid of all of the previous level of module as best I can, and just use the level 4 speed modules. I don't really see too much point to upgrade from the level 2 efficiency modules. Although technically, yeah, there is a point, but just eh. Do I really wanna go to the 120s? Like, not particularly. I just don't care at this point. Anyway, I need to make the yield 3. Wait, what? No, I want productivity 3, and that... Interesting. Yield 3 uses it's just an upgrade of productivity 3. Huh, I thought that I needed yield to get productivity. I thought I needed to make the yield 4 to get the productivity 3, but apparently not. Why would one ever want to use this? Like, this is not good by any stretch of the imagination. It is a 1% productivity difference between the 3 and the 4. And in the best possible scenario, with 4 module slots, that's a 4% difference. And the cost would be min speed on your buildings and, you know, plus 400% energy consumption versus 40. The drawbacks on this far, way, what words? They are far worse than any benefit that you get out of this module. The drawbacks are too much. These are actively detrimental. They are not good. Dude, I would never use these. Ever. For anything. The drawbacks are awful. And frankly, it's the same with vanilla modules. I hate vanilla modules as they exist with their drawbacks. Because, like, no one really put any real thought behind them, frankly. Like, they are not useful. Except for the most extreme circumstances that only 0.0001% of folks will ever do. And they are not folks who should be catered towards. Like, you shouldn't be catering mechanics towards the 10 people in existence building at such a scale where it would actually begin to start to matter. Like, there's no reason why they can't just be good and useful at all stages of the game and have actual, like, meaningful differences. Like actually be meaningful upgrades for each level. 1% is not a meaningful upgrade. This is speaking of this mod now. 1% difference between level 2 and level 3 productivity modules is not a meaningful difference. I get that it will add up on larger chains, but it's still not a meaningful difference. Anyway, because I have to make them, I see no reason not to actually just use them now. I should keep the 500 of the level 2s. A lot of my plans revolve around the level 2s, and I don't currently have enough stored level 3s to really just build bases with the 3s. And besides, it seems I need them as an ingredient. Do I need these yield 4s as an ingredient? Of course I do. I'm going to make the absolute minimum necessary to use as an ingredient. Hey, at least I have those science packs. At least I have those science packs here. Speaking of which, I've added a few things between streams here into the mall, aka I've started making the terraforming drone browns again because something tells me that the grass requirement says fill coastal land, but what counts as coastal? What is coastal land? What is it? You need to define these things. Like this should not be the efficient way of doing the algae, and the game just does not give sufficient information about how it actually really wants you to do this for algae. Like, there's no reason why I should have had to launch so many excavation drones to make so much water for the algae. Now, what's also interesting is that this algae is just green water tiles. With my mod for water fill, I can make green water tiles. So, what's the trigger for the algae requirement? Is it is it a script that runs at the time that the little drone explodes that does the adding to the algae, or is this actually counting number of green water tiles? Because if this is just counting number of green water tiles, it can be cheesed with this water fill mod. I would hope that it can't be cheesed in that way, but it's a thing that I thought about. Like, hey, this is potentially a thing if it only is looking at the amount of green water fill, or the amount of green water tiles. Anyway, I was trying to make a point where we need to, like, consider actually, like, informing people of exactly what tiles to put these on. So the horticultural drone says grass thrives in areas nearer to water or with abundant rainfall with moderate temperatures and level terrain. This tooltip is bullshit. This tooltip is utter garbage. There is no concept of areas near water. The area near water would be a specific tile set. You need to tell me the specific tile set that you're looking for this. What is the specific type of tile that I need to place this on? Every single type of tile has a name. If you want me to put it on tan tile, tell me. If you want me to put it on brown tile, tell me that it needs to be put on that tile set. If there is different weighting based off of what tile, you need to tell me the exact weighting for every single tile type. And that needs to be in-game. I shouldn't have to go to a Discord to find out any information about the mechanics of your mod. You shouldn't have to seek guidance outside the game for mechanics inside the game. Period. Full stop. Full stop. This applies to every game ever made. Period. You should not need to consult external resources for anything. If you do, you have failed. Anyway. Maybe this has a thing. No, doesn't. This doesn't have anything about the terraforming goals at all in Formatron. It has nothing. These tasks will disappear as they reach 100% progress. No, they don't. No, they do not. Algae does not. Algae does not disappear when you hit 100% progress. That doesn't happen. And something tells me that this is supposed to be green and that this vented is supposed to stay orange. So there is a bug with this UI when with it with these colors spawning. Because vented was orange, and then the moment I finished algae, it went from orange to green, and then it made algae green. Like, excuse me? What? The algae should be green, and the vented should have stayed orange, and yet that didn't happen. Okay, we're making grass now. I'm done complaining about stuff. We're going to move on and actually try to start making things. Actually, before I make the grass, I sort of need to make the fertilizer, right? And import that. I'll need to actually go to a place and make a new factory for making fertilizer. Speaking of which, I did do this little factory here, which is changing from aluminum wires to copper wires on logic circuit production. It's a little limited by the polycrystalline silicon into monocrystalline silicon at the moment. There's a lack of mono silicon currently. I will have to fix that eventually. For now, though. New plan. Fertilizer. How much do I need? I have no idea, so I'm going to say 30. Yeah, this is fine. I can do this. What was my production? Like, I have dedicated cellulose, but the dedicated cellulose was like 10, not 21.1. And then we need an additional 16.9 net algae out. Yeah, this was 10. And it made 25.4 algae. So that means that the byproduct cellulose in the fertilizer production does not make enough cellulose overall. Hello? Thing? 2 unrestricted items? I think those are the 2. Apparently not. What? Okay, there we go. Get the air, get the seawater. Oh yeah, we need a bunch of mineral dust as well. Right. Uh, we'd have to do it near iron then. Excuse me? Oxygen? Fine. Be that way. It vastly actually overproduces on oxygen as part of the algae setup, so we don't even need to worry about oxygen, technically. But we do need a source of hydrogen to do the ammonia. So, yeah, we need a source of compressed hydrogen for that. This loops air. Does this end up being, like, overall better? I think it is. So, hydrogen. How are we going to get that, huh? Well, it looks like we're going to have to get that through this and make some water. I have to laugh that this actually overproduces sludge to make the fertilizer. Alright, and then from here it's the mineral dust out of, I mean, we could do it out of the bauxite instead of iron. It's just iron is a bit, easier. We can try it out of the bauxite. The thing with the bauxite is it does come with the crushed iron as well. So you have to do all of that, and you end up with sand that needs to be destroyed with this process. So that's 28.6 bauxite overall, as opposed to... Why do you think that's linearly dependent? Like, no, it's not. $26.2 iron. So, you know, a rough equivalency there. And this time we don't have to deal with the sand byproduct. The sludge will need to be processed. Oxygen. Alright then. That's the plan. That's fertilizer. Where shall we build this? Because it just needs iron. Well, awkward. Not really many good places. Shall I do it just here, where I also do cellulose? That might be the best idea, actually. Just do it here, where I'm already producing cellulose. Yeah, I have no idea what's gonna count as coastal, near water. Like, that's not mechanically how things work. Like, describe it in a way that makes mechanical sense from the actual gameplay, please. Okay, this was 75 per second on the iron. I've got enough leeway on producing mineral dust on the actual iron input, so I can append this. I'll have a little bit of a separation. Okay. Then it's... Oh, it's 6 of you. I was not paying attention. Four of this. Really? Why did I have to do the logistics like that? Like, just do that, and I don't even need that. There we go. Four. Ta-da. Alright. That is that. That is the mineral dust. Done. No more need for mineral dust. I can bring it wherever I do this. Probably right next door. Right over here. Alright. What first? Ammonia? Ammonia first? Yeah, let's say that. Why is there no mirrored chimney? Ah, goodness. I wish there was a mirrored chimney. So very much. These air filters should have speed. And it needs to cycle 557. Yeah, that's enough. Ollie. Ollie cat. Ollie cat. Yes, Mr. Ollie cat. You've come to say hi. You've come to say hello, Mr. Cat. Yeah, Mr. Cat. Come say hi. Yes, he's my pretty boy. He wants his attention, huh? He wants attention. Mr. Cat. Mr. Ollie. And we still have. Do we still have a dolly? Is a dolly still up there? Yes, there's a dolly up there. There's a dolly up there. I just saw that. I see that ear moving slightly, twitching. So she's up there behind. Yes, big boy. Big Ollie wants his pets. Wants his pets. He wants his purr time. He wants his purring. Purring time. Yes, he wants to feel good. Okay, how the freaking hell do I do this again? Top up that. This. I don't see any reason not to do direct feed. That, there, that, there, that, there. I need a thingy. This is the thingy. And that's nitrogen. Compressed nitrogen in sufficient amounts to produce ammonia. It's a little weird that we only need 92.8, but sure. We'll go with that. Fantastic. There's ammonia. Next. Nitric. There's 7. Now the nitric will not move at first because the nitric's needed at the very end and not here. Hello, Ollie. Welcome to the chair. Welcome to the chair, Mr. Cat. That's a bit big. Why is that so big? Here. Better. Mr. Cat. Yeah? Hey, big boy. What's the matter? Are you gonna bother your sister? Oh, yeah, there she goes. She meowed. I heard her. Is Ollie gonna go bother Dolly? Is he gonna go bother Dolly? Use my chair as a stepping stool to go up top. Okay. Do that. So with this we overproduce on the oxygen by very significant amounts. By such significant amounts that I'm going to do compression as a means of like throughput mitigation, I think, for this. I think that's the best option here. Yeah, that I believe is going to be our best option. We are going to decompress compressed oxygen, and we will have setups below at the algae 2 that's going to be compressing oxygen for throughput means. So then what I can do is just the normal setup here, except this is going to be dealing with compressed oxygen and then relief valving compressed oxygen. Now, I will note that it's not going to be simple to do that calculation in Factory Planner because it's going to be giving me plus this amount, right? Uh, buh. So I'd have to like re-figure out like this one. I have to subtract 116 from whatever compressed oxygen max value we get if I were, and it might not want to do this either, having compression and decompression. It's probably gonna like throw errors. Like, this is linear dependency. Thou shalt not ever do this. I will break the whole thing if you ever do this. Okay, but I have a valid use case scenario for this. Very valid use case scenario for this. Like, why do you not let me continue to engage with the thing until this issue is resolved? Like, come on. I can resolve it by using features you're disabling, by being able to add more recipes. Anyway, from here, go anywhere. Let's see. This. Just, you know, this. Copy paste. The whole damn thing. It will need some adjustments, but for now. Hello? Stuff? What? Oh, you want those modules? No, no. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, you, not those. Those to those. There we go. Much better. Okay. That's 9. I need 23. Nine is because of lane limits. This value cannot exceed 37.5. Yeah, that's the problem. All right, there is a way around this. that's a way around this. The bigger issue will be the actual, 105 plus 21.1 on the output of the spores. Whatever these are called. Yeah, spores. Why are these spores? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute here. Spores? Spores isn't those things that fungi make for reproduction? And ferns? Those things that ferns make for reproduction? Are we speaking of the same thing here? Cuz algae is, generally speaking, a unicellular organism set. Like algae is actually it's just bacteria. It's not really a plant. And the thing about algae is it does not do reproduction in this manner. It's not a sexually reproductive type of organism, which spores is a form of sexual reproduction, if you were not aware. Yeah. So, the thought just occurred to me that this makes absolutely zero biological sense in my mind. Why are there spores? What? Please inform me. What algae exists that reproduces by spores? Because that's a little above my pay grade. That goes a bit beyond what I learned in college for my undergraduate degree in biology. It's a bit beyond my comprehension, my current understandings of things. Oh, and I'm gonna have 2 sets of this, by the way. Like, let's be clear, just for throughput limitations, I'm not gonna have a line that's gonna be 24, 23 long. That's not going to happen. I'm gonna cut it in half, and it's gonna be halved. This needs to be 9. It is 9. Okay. Good to know. That 9 is gonna produce 50. Okay, I think we're okay on the throughput. It's interesting that this is 9 when this was 9 over here. Why was this 9 as well when this was also 9? What? Oh, it's the difference between trying to maximize output of cellulose but also having to have extra algae. This setup has more because it's needing to produce more algae, and not all of the algae is going into the spore cellulose chain. Not an input priority, an output priority. And then how many of these? It's apparently 2 total for the extra algal spores, which is interesting. Right, so this produces a bunch of wastewater. How much wastewater? 1/2 of... Oh boy, 1,300? Yeah, about 1,300, so that's 3. Bubba-bonk. Then who was the sludge producer? You. You are the majestic sludge producer. I am going to need sludge. So that sends out excess. And then it's a matter of copy paste from here. It's essentially treating these as independent lines. But I will have to... but I will get rid of this segment because it's not necessary here. Same with this. And I'll have to do the stuff with the things. Yes, I've been very specific. I need to do the stuff with the things. I need to pull together the cellulose. And I need to pull together the output algae. Ugh. So big. It's a bit inefficiently built space-wise, but if it works, it works. If it works, it works. Okay, the oxygen situation here. That's fine. Not this. God dang it. I never freaking remember that it's a different machine. It's this machine. Why there's different machines entirely for compression and decompression, I understand, but my brain wants it to be one. My brain wants it to be one building, but it's not. Da 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 ba ba da. Makes it easy for this. There. Da-da. Ah, yes, seawater. Right. How many doohickeys of seawater? How did I do the seawater for you? I did 3 for 9. That needs 2,000. 1,000. That's that will be 4 each. There we go. Ta-da! Just add initial spores, and it should be good. Hello, Ollie, Mr. Cat, rejoining. Yes, Mr. Cat, where you going? Get back, get back, kitty, big kitty. Yes, big Ollie. Spores. Yep, up. It's my hand. Don't. Yep, up. Tap, up. Tap, up. Nuzzles. Nuzzle cat. Nuzzle cat. Always wants all the nuzzles. Yes, he wants his rubbins. I know you want attention, but I'm a little busy. I'm a little busy. Just a bit. Mr. Cat. Mr. Kitty. Oh, now you're gonna settle in that spot. Getting my hand wet with your nose. With your schnozzles. Alright, that's algae and cellulose. Bonk, 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 bonk. That just leaves the 11 chemical plants. This is not the way. This is not the way. Because we need inputs. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Oh, now you're gonna be here and you're gonna groom. Okay. Right. Then there was sludge. Okay, this side's the ammonia. And this side's that. Okay, it'll take a bit of time for the algae to accrue. But once it does, we're good. I think that the way this will behave is that we will back up on cellulose, potentially. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Because we're already backed up on cellulose. Hopefully, that won't just kill the cycling. Uh... That's gonna kill the cycling. I need a... Oh, there's some algae coming through now. Oh yeah, it kills the cycling, and then the algae backs up, and the extra algae will go and it'll make things, and it'll start consuming the things and making fertilizer. Okay. All right. Delete that. Copy that. Paste it beneath. Pull the line. We shall make this fertile. Where's my locomotive? Locomotive. Train. Go, go, be free. Be free with stuffs. Put a thingy so we can have vision over everything. Ah, yes, that needs to happen too. And there we go. Huzzah. Huzzah. And all that good stuffs. Glorious. Beautiful, even. Beautiful things. I like to see that it is working. Now, grass can be used as a source of cellulose, but we don't want to do that for fertilizer because that introduces pain and suffering in that then you will have grass depending on fertilizer, depending on cellulose from grass. We don't want these types of loops if we can avoid them. So, algae it shall be for the cellulose for the fertilizer. Even if we convert grass to cellulose as our primary cellulose production in the end, I'm still going to want to do the cellulose in the more inefficient manner of algae, if it is even more inefficient. I think that this is actually relatively efficient the way it is on the cellulose output, since you can have dedicated cellulose for algae. It's still going to be better to do this since we also need algae for the fertilizer. Okay. Alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. It's fantabulous. Give me the fertilizer. Okay. Next, we plan grass production. I'm going to restock down here at the mall. Oh, I'm just realizing this is a very, like, tiny area, this line. I should not have extended the tininess of this line. I shouldn't have this here. Yeah, I shouldn't have this section at all. And it's not in my way in this area, but from here I should get rid of it. I could use this as a factory in and of itself. Well, I've already restocked. Good. Going this way. Okay, we will need to import the mineral sample science as well as fertilizer over here. As our new inputs, because I've paid attention to what I need for these ahead of time. So, grass initial. The initial grass is going to be coming from like genome and progenitors and such, but yes, grass. Initial amounts of a degrass. Degrass from a progenitor. The progenitor is needed for the horticultural drones, so it's the same situation as algae, and you need it for the specimens as well. At least botany specimens are extremely simple. I am already bringing in cellulose here, so that just box it, and we've got the stuff we need for the science. Okay, so the progenitors will need to be consistently made, and they're made with grass genomes, and those need mineral sample boxes, and bacteria and nucleotides and algae genomes, because we upgrade our genomes over time. Yeah, and it's the sugar, cellulose, protocell stuffs. And we're going to need brown landfill. Cool. We will need brown landfill as brown landfill and not boxed brown landfill, which I believe is how I am moving it on my trains right now. Yes, that is how I am doing it. It is as boxed brown landfill. Glorious, beautiful, boxed brown landfill being made out of bauxite, because brown is yellow. Because apparently brown is yellow, or yellow is brown. Don't ask me why it's brown from bauxite. Okay. I guess it changes when you add gravel. I guess the color changes when you add gravel. Something chemical changes in there. All right. Well, we do need that as well. So, our brown landfill at biochem. It's all biochemistry. All of it. Everything is biochemistry. We are doing chemistry of biological nature. Where does landfill live? There's brown. Landfill. I made it the boxed because it's boxed. Duh. Our mineral samples. Our fertilizer. Am I gonna need the fertilizer? Hold up, this doesn't even use fertilizer. Wait a minute. Initial doesn't use fertilizer. Final will need fertilizer. I know that. So grass final. Or grass looping. Once you have initial grass, the looping of it needs fertilizer and landfill apparently, and grass seeds from grass. And there you have it. It's actually fairly simple. It does produce byproduct cellulose that will be burned. I say byproduct cellulose, but you know, it can be used as actual cellulose. Actual production of cellulose, or you could use it on the fertilizer. It still overproduces the cellulose, so it's like, okay. And the algae is gonna also have extra cellulose, so no matter what, here you're ending up with extra cellulose. In fact, maybe the full solution to cellulose production is to do both grass and algae in the same build, but that's getting a bit too complex at that point, I think. Basically combine the extra cellulose from algae with the extra cellulose from the grass, and that would be your final product, doing all of the steps in between from scratch to get grass and loop grass. That, I think, is potentially an intended route here. But for the purpose of science, which this is here for the purpose of science and to provide grass onto the train network in n amount, I guess I don't even need it to be on the network, do I? Not as grass, right? Because the horticulture drone uses just the progenitors. It uses grass seeds, so I have to provide the seeds. Excess seeds. Yeah, so I will have to burn. I'll have to burn the cellulose excess. We shall burn it, and then get rid of the graphite. It's interesting that it's not a pyrolysis recipe, but it is a way of converting it into destructible gases. Interesting. So we get rid of the fertilizer, and that's basically the build there. Huh? There. That's basically the build. Okay. Fertilizer is not boxed. Glorious. It's glorious. For now, though. Initial. And from there, it'll depend on what we want to do with things. Hey, he's brought a toy. Hey, big boy. You brought the fling toy to me. You brought me a fling toy. Yeah, you brought me the flinger. You brought the flinger. Oh. Alright. You wanna go get the fling, go get the fling. It's one of these types of things. You put your finger in the hole, you pull it back, and then you gonna watch? Wing! Oh, where'd it go? It went up high. No, that's not where it went, Mr. Cat. It didn't go there, it went higher. You gotta go higher. You gotta go higher. Where did it go? Where did it go, Mr. Cat? Where did it go? Can you get higher? You gotta go up. He's looking. He's trying to find it. Trying to find it. Where did it go? Where did it go? It bounced. It bounced off the side to an area I don't think he can get to it. I don't think he's smart enough to find it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think you can get to it, Mr. Cat. Do I have to get it for you? Will I have to get it for you? Alright, I think I have to step and get it for him, because he's not gonna find it. He's not gonna find it. Mute. Well, I flung it. I flung it for him. I found it, and I flung it outside, but he didn't bother going after it. Yes, Mr. Cat, you gonna come back? Mr. Cat, you gonna come back? I don't think he's gonna come back. I don't think he's coming back. We'll see. We'll see what he decides he wants to do. For now, though. Grass! We must grow grass. The grass must grow. I don't know if we want to watch the grass grow, but we're gonna make grass. But we're gonna have to make it over here. I have declared that we shall make it over here. Mr. Cat, it's not there. I already got it. It's not there. I already thinged it. He's knocking boxes over now. He's knocking boxes over now. Ollie. It's a box of boxes, actually. What are you doing? What are you doing? You have smashed your toy. You've smashed the toy, the little mama kitty. You smashed your little mama kitty toy. It's under the box. It's yelling and screaming. It's under the box, flinging the legs out under the box. Help me! All because Mr. Cat knocked the thing on it. Knocked the box on it. Okay. Well, let's do this. I need 5. I'm gonna build 5. There's 5. Uh, uh. I need more bacteria. But I need to get through this build first. I need to make botanical science so that I can unlock the next technology, Biochem 3. Because Biochem 3 will allow me to take grass seeds to make additional cellulose as well as sugar. And this is going to be the primary sugar production in the base here. Also, being able to pyrolyze cellulose by using nitrogen instead of like combusting it with oxygen is probably going to be a better solution for getting rid of excess cellulose, because nitrogen is far more abundant. And yeah, that'll just be better. I'll also have to unlock worms and take wildlife management so that I can get into Constructobot 4s, because Constructobot 4s are awesome, and we need those. We need all of those, as many as possible. For this, though, oh gosh, yeah, this arrangement, I am going to need to move this thing, add one here, do this thing, have output here. You found it, Mr. Cat. You found it. You brought the fling toy again. Yeah. Off he goes. Off he goes, sprinting. Sprinting for the toy that has been flung. That toy specifically designed to be flung. Okay, this needs the algae genome from here. Does it need sugar? It does not. Weird. Weirdness. It doesn't actually need sugar, but this is the algae genome. And then it needs the mineral and astronomical. Mineral and astronomical. Well, here's... I always do this thing. What are you doing, Mr. Cat? You're making lots of noise on that box. He's playing with the toy, and he's being very noisy with it. Exceedingly noisy with it. Alright, what is the line that I am going to draw to bring down these samples? This looks like a valid free line. But I need to be very, very careful. One section, this section. I do need to manually do that flip, because it will not succeed if I attempt to let the game try to do its mechanics, its automatic mechanics there. I have learned these things over time. Yes, that's what I wanted. Actually, that's not what I wanted. This... is a lot closer to what I wanted. Okay, just add the fluids, nucleotides. And bacteria. Bacteria. All right, then. Oh, I see Dolly. I see baby girl. There's the baby girl up there. Mr. Cat, why are you being so loud over there? In that box with that toy. Why are you being so loud? Oh, now he's looking like he wants to pounce at my hand. He wants to pounce. Yes, he wants to pounce. He wants to play. Oh boy. So I've made a grass genome at this point. I see over here. Cool. Now for the progenitors. Oh boy, the progenitors for grass. Doop-a-dip-a-bit-o. Bo-bo. 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 Ba-da. Ba-da. Bum. Ba-da. Ba-da. Bum. 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 How many of these did I have? Like 4? Okay. What was your speed on the 4 of you? 150. What's your speed? 200. Yeah, I'll have 5 of you. I'll have 5 of you. Alright, then, inputs. Glorious inputs. I need to... Yeah, probably do that. And then this... Doohickey, bring this over. Our proto cells. Doink that there to get rid of wastewater. Sugar and cellulose and grass genomes. Is there anywhere where I have sugar plus cellulose? The answer is of course not. Of course not. Why would you do this one logical thing and actually have sugar and cellulose together? Why would one ever be logical? Like, that's illegal. Thou shalt not be logical around here. And that is my alarm to indicate that I am halfway through today's stream. And that is grass progenitors getting made. The progenitor of the grass has finished. I do need to bring down landfill in order to actually get my initial amounts of grass. But yeah, I think from here, we're going to take a break. When I come back, we will make the initial grass and set up the grass looping with grass seeds. And from there, I don't know. The samples, yes, the botany samples need to be made. We need to get stuff onto trains to get to the mall to build horticulture drones so that we can launch horticulture drones and try to figure out this mechanic that has been inadequately explained. So we'll be back for the second half where we're going to try to figure that stuff out. I'll be back shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. I have freed the mama kitty. I have freed the mama from her captivity, from underneath the box. She was kicking and screaming. Her little legs were flinging from underneath the box. She was like, help me, help me. Now she's free. And now she can breathe. Okay. So sigh. We're making our initial stuffs. Things. Initial things. The initial grass. The initial grass needs fresh water. Cool direct fresh water. Glorious. Beautiful. I like. It does make sludge, and I will have to process the sludge. I will also have to vent the oxygen. Probably not here, though. And we have to have our little dudes to go out, and we need dudes for going in. Dudes for inputs. And dudes for outputs. In and out, certas. Right, bring down the landfill. Part of me is thinking maybe I should start bringing lines down a different direction, but, well. Glorious landfill. I need to bring the fertilizer as well, but I don't necessarily need to worry about that yet. I will do that when I get rid of this. Mr. Cat, hi. Welcome back. Welcome back, Ollie. Dolly left, by the way. She's gone off elsewhere. Hey, big boy. It's the baby. Want the baby? Oh, oh. What did Mama Cat do to you? Huh? What did the Mama Cat do to you? It's a string. It's her tail. You like your tail? Yes, biting her tail. Clawing, Mr. Strong Man. Mr. Strong Kitty. Yeah, Strong Kitty. It's ow! Go get it. Ow. He got me. He got me. It's not gonna, I can't focus it, but that's a heck of a hangnail. But ripped that off. Little bit of blood, not much. Not as bad as the hand one that's healed up by now, but... Ow. He got my thumb next to the nail. Ugh. Hate when that happens. Alright, we have some grass. We have a bit of grass. Is it enough grass? I don't know. How much grass does one need to get enough seeds for an initial build here? You need 5 units of grass to make 20 grass seeds. And then you need 15 seeds makes 8 grass. So as long as you have enough to do that first batch, you're good. So all that can go away now. This can load in. Enjoy your grass. I need regular water for this and fresh water for this. Keep that in mind. Ugh. Okay, you made a few seeds. Ah, yes, it is. It is just straight up combustion here. I actually need seeds, yeah, to put onto the train network. So I'm going to do my output priority this way on the seeds. Oh yeah, we can be productive. Please be productive. Be very productive. Thanks. Fertilizer landfill. Okay, now we go here. We go here. And we do that. And then I grab the lane. Come on down. Is this the lane? Hello? Where's the fertilizer? Where is it? There it is. There we go. Do 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 da da da. That. Put it here. And we need oxygen. Oxygen I probably don't have easily accessible. But hey, I have water. I'm doing the compressed because it's easier to decompress. And I can put... I should have this here. I can put one of these down. And put you here. Do that thing. Do this thing. And then I'm gonna need a compressor anyway. That's a surge, not a priority. What is this one? Dioxide? Oh yes, then output the graphite. And burn the graphite. Where's that? Here. Also needs water in. also needs compression. This is carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Don't you just love this build? This build's great. This build, fantastic. Would help if the belt went the correct direction. And there you have it. There's grass seeds. Though I do need some grass as grass, actually, for the science. Science needs grass. Oh god, this is not going to be simple. If it wasn't completely clear, this isn't exactly simple. You. Here. Make that. You need grass samples, grass progenitors, and cellulose boxes. Why it's grass and not grass seeds? I don't know. Enjoy your 3 max productivity things. Okay. Cellulose. Plain. Boxes. Boxer. Uppies, 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 and combine with whatever else. Make it just 1 lane thing. And that provides botany specimens, so I'm gonna clear all that so that I can get this. Then that's it. That's all I can do with just the botany specimens. Right. There is a point where we don't need any more specimens. So when does that happen? So this one needs everything, and once I have it, and we get zoology, lab research productivity. Lab research productivity. Huh. So this is a reason to have all of these science packs, to continue to produce all of these science packs in perpetuity. There will come a point where it will not be worth continuing. This is an infinite technology, and you will always only ever get 2% for your lab research productivity. Now, the productivity will apply to itself. Do not auto stop. Do not do things. We have reconnected. The stream went down for whatever reason. It just randomly disconnected. Weird. It wasn't any dropped frames. It just died. Anyway, as I was saying, the lab productivity is a neat idea, but it will be 100% dependent upon how many science packs of these you need, because there will come a point where the infrastructure required to maintain this versus not producing these anymore, versus the actual regular science. There would come a point where this infrastructure would actually be much larger than the regular science infrastructure. Just to try to, like, the point is like getting more output from your science infrastructure. Like, it's just not worth the time. Eventually, I think the first tech might be okay if you already if you have all the stuff, then fine, use it for this. It's only 100, but at 1,000, I am not as keen anymore. At 10,000, I am definitely not as keen anymore, and beyond that, nah. Like, probably just gonna do one level of this and just delete the infrastructure completely because it won't be needed anymore. At least, I do not believe that it will be needed anymore. Once I get through all of the progression techs. You apparently need it for this. Why? Why do we need it for things? Like locomotion, character movement speed. Because really, in the end, we will have this as well. Chassis 6. Wait, where's the probe? Probe deployment. Yeah, this effectively ends the game. Everything after that is like just excess. It's just extra. Once you've launched the probes, I am not going to continue this playthrough after once we see the win screen. So there's that to note. We have made the first botany specimen. It has happened. We have made the first botany specimen at 281 hours. We have done the thing. It is glorious. The thing is, well, I'm gonna have to copy this whole thing, aren't I? Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm pasting another doohickey, and just good luck to me on getting the cellulose out of the doohickey. Because I need one for seeds. I need seeds. I need lots of seeds. That'll get it moving. And the point's the seeds. Oh, you combust a lot. Ow. Is this potentially like efficient graphite. More power efficient graphite. Especially once we get the pyrolysis recipe that lets us convert from nitrogen plus cellulose into graphite CO2. Is it CO2 or is it CO? It's CO, not even CO2. So, yeah. It's 3-2, and this one is like 8-2. Yeah. That pyrolysis recipe unlocked at Biochem 3 is very potentially a contender for best intended way of getting into graphite. At least more power efficient wise to get into graphite. I say that primarily because it, even though the fertilizer build's pretty big, the cellulose from algae is not particularly intensive. We have 17.6 megawatts to get 10 cellulose. What's demanding on the current graphite, of which I have a few units of this build, what's intensive is that it's a lot of electrolysis for hydrogen to get into, you know, methane for this methane build. It's a lot of it's a lot of CO2 for the methane and all that jazz. All that stuffs. Like, no matter what, I don't think you get around electrolysis on graphite to make graphite. I don't think there's a way around it. Until you get this pyrolysis recipe that lets you convert cellulose into graphite and carbon monoxide. At which point, you get rid of the biggest power consumer of that build of electrolysis, because you don't, well, I say that, and cellulose itself doesn't. I'm pretty sure I'm not doing electrolysis at cellulose. Yeah. The big thing with the cellulose, though, is that it is consuming a resource, technically, at algae, and you can't really get around that. It will always eat mineral dust. So unless and until there's like a biotic way of making mineral dust, which I'm pretty sure there's not, but oh crap, there totally is, isn't there? So, arthropods or worms or something? Yeah, worms. You can get rutile from worms. This is so dumb. You can go worms to rutile to mineral dust. And technically get mineral dust biotically. little unfortunate. That's another mined resource. But whatever, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right. So we have a source of grass seeds, and we have a source of the grass progenitors. I'll do output priority right here just so that we do that proper like. I need to get both of these things onto trains. As I contemplate adding a train station, but no. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Because thinking about it logically, I would also need to do this for worm progenitors as well as fish progenitors and tree progenitors and arthropod progenitors. All of these. The progenitors for all of it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things already for just the progenitors. Grass also needed seeds. Trees will probably also use the seeds. Worms will likely use the young, and fish will probably use their eggs, and arthropods the same. So we're talking 10 additional train stations, supply stations, plus whatever other inputs we need for all of it. So this drone would need, arthropods and their eggs. The aquaculture drone is fish progenitors and their eggs with algae as algae and not as algae spores, quote unquote, and worms. Do we use worms for the name? Well, we do use it for the nematology specimen. See, that is accurate. That is correct. Nematology specimen is correct. Why it is the nematology specimen for the worms, and yet it is the entomology drone that launches the worms is beyond my comprehension. This should be the nematology drone if we are launching worms. The entomology drone should be the name for the husbandry drone. Like, there's no reason for it to be called the husbandry drone if you're using the scientific study names for all of the other drone types. Husbandry drone should be entomology drone. Entomology drone should be nematology drone. If it's the worms one. Like, come on. We brought this up last time. So yeah, progenitors and eggs and regular grass. Great. Yeah, so 15, so plus 15 supply stations will be required. I will likely have to relocate some of the stuff or redo some of the stuff to do stuff at scale and provide at scale from other factories and redo things a lot. Maybe I'll get access soon to being able to get like amino acids at scale and stuff at scale. Well, we're getting bacteria at scale with this tech, right? This tech is bacteria at scale. The ability to do the bacteria at scale. So, yeah, I can have like builds making 1,000 bacteria thanks to that. Do I really want 1,000 bacteria? Yeah. Oh, why not? Sure. I can do the bacteria at scale. I can do the algae at scale. I can do the grass at scale, actually, already. The grass is fine at scale right now. The issues have been progenitors. The progenitors are the big one. Um, that's the biggest problem, is making progenitors. And soonish, there's a better way of getting into the protocells, but eh. Just eh. Right, I will resume these things. And we're gonna run the belts. I'm actually gonna build the supply stations. They were off a tile. So I can replace the like seed and regular items from here to wherever I have the primary production. Yeah. And same with the like bacteria. I don't need to supply bacteria at this build once I get Biochem 3 and make a dedicated build for bacteria. No, instead it's going to import the bacteria, so it doesn't really save me a slot now, does it? Ugh. How in the world am I going to like save train station slots? I don't actually know. Oh, it's here. I'm like, where's the algae spores? Like, I know I can get rid of the algae spores by setting it up somewhere else. I can get rid of this and replace it with something else. And I think will just have to be similar with what I'm doing here, which will be S grass progenitors, whatever. And S grass seeds. Probably being fed from the other side. Okay. Grass progenitors. Oh, damn. Dang, it's not enough. I could be a bit more efficient, but that's all I've got right now. At least this one's simple. I guess I need to restock. Oh yeah, and I need to add a few additional doohickeys. No, stop. No, don't do that, please. The biggest thing that I hate is if I hold control when physically clicking add station, it does add temporary. If I happen to hit the control key, the split frame, the frame before I hit add station, like just before it registers that I've clicked on it, it will go to temporary add. But you have to hold control to search. Bit of a design oversight. Grass. Seeds. Grass progenitors. And we're done. Just need to have like an M. Damal. Damal grass. I'll do it down below. Need to fix that. It's constantly requesting the progenitors for algae, meaning it will do the same thing with grass. So I have to go here, fix it faster this way. I could do it not this way, but yes, I actually do have to do this way. 1K for you, and then whichever one was the progenitors, you're also 1K. Alright. Just waiting on the production of the grass seeds now. Why is it not? Why is it nodding? Ah, because you. That's why it's knotting. That's why we are knotting. Gib seeds. Go, go. Go, go, gadget seeds. Beautiful grass seeds. Thing is, I just don't want to do grass for the sake of grass. Just having grass. Like, I could, but... Eh. Why? Okay, with those on their way. Oh, you're right. I need fertilizer, and I need to box the grass seeds, so... Grass seeds. Go ahead and get that, and then set an M fertilizer. I did define it, thanks. And it is on its way. Same with seeds. Seeds are on their way. We've got the seeds. We've got the seeds. We have the seeds. Ah, boy. Whoops. Yeah, redo that, thanks. Why, hello, Ollie. My big kitty. Yeah, you having fun today? You having fun today, big cat? Yeah, my boy. My boy, nice fluffy chest. Nice fluffy belly. Ah, chest and belly. Chest and belly. Lets me rub his belly. Yes. Lets me rub everywhere. He trusts me. He trusts me. Yeah, this right here. This spot right here. This is the spot. This is the softy. The soft spot right here. The good spot for Ollie. Yeah. That's his good spot to rub. That's the thicker fur right here. Right here. It's a little bit longer and it's softer and it feels nice. Feels nice, huh? Your belly fur is a bit longer than your back and your sides and your face. Feels so much nicer and softer under there. That big boy. It's because one of your parents had long hair and one had really short hair. So you got a little bit of both. Mostly short, but you got a little bit of the other. Little bit longer than usual for a short hair. Okay, let's put in the request on those drones. The horticulture drones, of which we now have 4. Yay. So let me have a remote for horticulture. I believe I pre-built the remote. Goodbye, Ollie. Going up top. Going up top. He's going behind the... He's taking Dolly's spot where she was earlier. She left. She left me. Okay. Now we need to figure out where in the hell we are supposed to launch this. So this is a brown tile, like drone site. If I launch it here, how much grass percentage will we gain if I launch it here? This is the question. Which is, you know, near water. It's near water. There is water nearby, quote unquote. Still coastal land. Well, what counts as coastal land? Well, that did a thing. That was big. 0.34. I see. So it is actually making it standard ground tiles. If I launch it here, for example, and over here, for example, how much percentage do we get? That's huge. That does not replace ores. Okay. So what about something like this area? There's no water near this area. So I want to see what happens, because it almost looks like there is something here. There is something here about with range. It is doing something, but it's not quite accurate. It's not an accurate something. What happens up here? We have 1.93 becomes 2.5. And the whole area was converted. It's not quite real, like green grass, though. It's dark. It's more muted, but also the tile was more muted. And it appears as if it is potentially being based on the color of the tile. I don't know. I don't know. It is not as simple as range from existent water determining the color of these tiles. Because it's just not. It didn't consider these tiles of water at all. With that, this would all be darker green. This would all be darker green if it was truly being based on the presence of water. It's almost as if it just looked at a single tile of water and made its determination of radius from the single tile of water, rather than actually looking at the full picture of what's nearby. Little weird. No more drones to launch. But the point I want to make is that this one does seem to be significantly easier to progress than the algae drones. I think I can make that conclusion that this one will progress a lot more easily than the algae drones. However, it's still not exactly clear what exactly gives you the most points towards grass in terms of what type of tile is being converted, and it's not explaining exactly how it defines coastal, how it is defining what's a nearby source of water. How is this defined? How is defined? Because it's not explained at all how it's defined. There is no explanation whatsoever. Zero explanation. Why you no make more drones? What are we lacking? Seeds? Seeds? We lack seeds? Seeds. We need more seeds. We need more seeds. Why you no seed? Wait, well. Ba 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 ba. Sid. Sid. Cannot reach. Cannot reach. Alright then. As far as I can tell, we'll just be able to get through this just by making sure that we hit tiles that are not exotic. That's all I can really make a determination about is non-exotic tiles will count towards grass, and you probably get more points if you're converting tiles that are normally tiles that exist near water. Whatever the hell that means, because water can spawn anywhere, and there's no such thing as coastal types of tiles in this mod. There's no concept of coastal in what's it called? The thing. In the thing, alien biomes. There's no like coastal biome type. Like that doesn't exist. And it would need to be defined by a specific set of colors of tiles, and like no one should know that off the top off their head as to what specific color of tile is coastal tile. It's all colors of tiles. And under mod settings, startup, we have stuff here. Dirt, dusty rose, dirt purple, dirt violet, frozen, sand, dusty rose, sand purple, sand violet, volcanic blue, volcanic green, volcanic purple. Inland shallows, this is shallow water tiles that only exist as shallow water tiles and don't have any deeper water near them. And then you have work in progress rivers, as well as speed reductions on specific tile types. Now, thing is, I think this... I'm not sure what tile type this is. I think that this is actually more of a frozen tile type that it considers part of the set of frozen tiles, tundra tiles. So maybe not do the tundra tiles. Anything that doesn't bring up like landfill, probably not a good tile set. If it's not a landfill tile, it probably doesn't count towards the stuff as much, the grass as much. So maybe the point is to put it onto like actual landfill type of tiles, and those probably count more. I don't know. I do not know the answer to this question. What I do know is that we are making the horticulture drones yet again. They are moving, and we are delivering horticulture drones. They are on their way. There are three additional horticulture drones. So I'm going to launch this here, and I'm going to see what happens with this, like, actual landfill zone. This was all also landfill zones. There's two. And then this right here is just naturally occurring brown tile. So I want to see what we get with each of these sets, tile types. Okay, that gave me 3.11. 3.83. We have brighter green near the water. Near-ish to the water. And then darker green everywhere. Not bright green, as if it didn't even notice that there was water right here. So it's as if it's like looking to have water within the area it covers. And yet, if you actually launch there, you lose tiles to the water. So I don't want to launch at the water, and yet I have to launch near the water. It's a little weird. But it works on regular tiles not near water, so that's probably going to be the most efficient thing to do, is just not care about it being near the water. Because you're going to get your progress anyway. It's just determining the color of the grass. And it's not like the grass will die. Okay, that did something. That did something. That's differently shaped. Is it gonna, like... I want to try some amount of overlap on existing grass. Let's see what happens to existing grass tiles if I launch, like, another horticulture drone near existent grass. Try to, like, link up the grass. Let's see how this affects things. Interesting. It's like the radius gets bigger. Hmm. It's all very interesting. Oh, yeah. I can see lines where it's overlapped. Lines! Though, why is this the only dark green? And like patches of dark green there. Like, why does that get to be dark green and yet none of the others? Like, what's so special about these tiles of water? May just be that there's actually just no rhyme or reason behind any of it. Whoops. Freaking delays. Oh, rocks affecting it. Hey, that's really green. Hello. The more water there is, it seems, the higher volume of connected water, maybe? It might be trying to look at the total tile count, connected tile count for the water. Oh yeah, just it is making adjustments for collections of rocks on the ground. Interesting. I also want to see what happens with the exotic tile over here. Oh, that got really green. That's really green. I wish I knew what leads to it being really green versus not really green. Okay, so it is very hesitant. It's difficult. It's sort of, it tries to eat into it, but it can't fully. So what are we gonna do after I beat Pi? I don't know. I don't know about after Pi. Don't know if there'll be an after Pi at this point. Certainly after this, there'll be another Pi, but don't know about after Pi. We'll see. We shall see how things end up. See, now this is all very green. Is all interesting like. We're almost at 20%, by the way. Like, this is going pretty quickly. No, it does not. That's not how it works. It is not looking at using it multiple over the same spot. I sort of did that, and it just like overwrote stuff. You see it, like these lines. See these lines where they've overlapped here? Yeah, but even like proximity to water is not fully explaining lack of color here in this area. Like, if it was proximity, then this should, if it was straight proximity to water tiles, this should all be dark green. And yet it's not. This is the color I am expecting, but it's not what I'm seeing across the board. And like over here, like, why is this not dark green? This wasn't dark green for a bit. And why is this not all dark green? Why is this not dark green? Why is this not dark green? It's hard to explain. And game doesn't tell you why. Another issue It does not adequately explain. All it says is coastal tiles near water. That's all it says. Areas nearer to water or with abundant rainfall, quote unquote. Whatever the hell that means. With moderate temperatures and level terrain, aka no cliffs, but also what do you mean by moderate temperatures? Now, I've said I've been considering after Nullius to do the to at least begin to look at PyBlock again. We'll see from there. If it's not in a state that's really beatable or playable right now, then I'll figure out something else. I also don't like losing so much space to the water. That's another thing. It's like, yeah, you can have it near water, but you also, if you're putting it at water, you're losing coverage to the water. And I don't know if it like makes up for that with the extra points. With any extra points. Like I don't know if it's making it up for the loss of space. Like I could just put it over here and get more area coverage without worrying about the proximity to water, and it will work out likely better than otherwise. Yeah, it'll be darker green, but whatever. There's nothing in alien biomes that is labeled as coastal. That's the problem. That's not the nomenclature that alien biomes uses. What you have are tile colors. That is what you have. And as far as I'm aware, there's nothing that's labeled explicitly as coastal in alien biomes. There's nothing magical about a tile that exists next to water, or a set of tiles that exist next to water. Water simply spawns on top of an existing tile set through a mathematical production means. It's just like how the ore spawns. It does not care what biome the water is spawning in. It's just putting it there. And again, there is nothing that explains anywhere tile climate. A concept of tile climate it is not presented anywhere in the game. That is the point that I'm trying to make. And if it is not presented in the game, the information does not exist. And you have designed something poorly. The design is flawed. There should not be a need to look up information outside of the game. Full stop. Notice it also like blobs towards existing grass tiles. It's like blobbing out, so there's something weird with this scripting. With alien biomes, there's tundra tiles or ice tiles, there's desert tiles, and then there's neutral tiles and grass tiles. There are 3 things. 4 things, of which this does not spawn with the grass tiles. So the problem A is there's not really a great distinction in alien biomes colors between what counts as a desert tile that's cold versus a standard dirt tile. Is this color part of the tundra tile set, or is this color part of the dirt tile set? I don't know. The game doesn't tell me. Is this red tile set desert tile? Or is it a dirt tile? Well, we have red dirt, so there's the landfill. Landfill stuff, I can say, is dirt tile. Which means this is desert tile. Which we don't want to fill. Like, okay, fine. But what is this? This comes up as a landfill tile, so it must not be desert. But this right here, this is not landfill tile. So is this cold? Is this cold tile? Is this cold? Is this hot? Is this not relevant tile? What is it? Because it's same here. Am I putting stuff on these tiles? This tile, is that legal? What about this? Is this okay? Yes, this is fine. Because it's a form of landfill from a separate mod. Or actually, it is within this mod, I believe, where you have the different colors of the landfill. So it's like, okay, well, what do the colors of landfill mean? That is the question of the century. What does it mean? What does it mean? Crushers make landfill. Crusher. 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 Where's Crusher? Crusher. I need a Crusher. I know there's a Crusher here. There you are. So, landfill gray. Results in a gray mix of dirt and sand terrain with a dirt coast. Tan. Results entirely in tannish sand terrain. Brown. Results in entirely brown dirt terrain. Dirt. Red. Results in primarily reddish dirt terrain with a sand coast. Beige. Results in a beige dirt terrain with a sand coast. You know what information this does not tell me? Basically anything and how it relates to, horticulture placement of the grass tiles. Tells me jack all. Jack and all. Nothing useful But I'm gonna let those launch. If you queue up too many, it can sometimes skip where you've clicked. We're almost halfway, by the way. And I do believe that it is scoring the brighter greens a lot higher, a lot more higher, a lot more highly. Oh, we're out. We're out. All done. Yeah, I think the brighter greens were scored more highly, but I just really wish it was easier to determine where exactly you should launch these things. That's the question I have. Where do I launch it to get the best scoring, or the best count towards this mission? Because that's how we end up in situations like this with the algae. That's how we end up in situations like this with the algae, where I've had to excavate an area of water that is like bigger than my base to put algae down because I couldn't figure out the an efficient way of producing algae. So we just have to do it the non-efficient way then. Not efficient will be the way. Because the game doesn't present us with any information to tell us the better way. Any better way. And this was my original major complaints with this mod that got me to quit the mod in general. The first time playing through was the distinct lack of information. But at least with this, there is progression that is consistently happening, even if it's not particularly efficient. So I know that I will eventually have enough points as long as I launch enough things enough times. It will happen, because the biggest issue that got me to quit initially was the terraforming mission specifically, because you could launch your landfill drones, and if it did not cover exotic tile, it would not increase your percentage by any value at all. So it's like, okay, well, what do I need to do to get this percentage to go up? Because the percentage was not going up. At least with this, percentage go up. Even if I don't hit the most ideal tiles, number will go up. So there's a level of I can forgive it a bit better, a bit more, because numbers still go up. But if number was not going up, there's a major problem. A huge problem. And we're out of drones. No more drones. Also, the algae objective is supposed to be complete, and it should be gone from the list, and yet it's not gone from the list for whatever reason. And it changed color to the color of vented, and now vented is green when the algae should be green and vented should still be like that orangey brown color. I don't even know why vented exists in this list. Like, there's no point. Why does it exist? Why is it here? Like, hello? Why you exist? Why you exist again? You're sort of pointless. Oh, that. Go away. At least I don't have to worry about the ore being in the way, right? Oh, we got the tech. Boy, we got that tech. The key technology. The very key technology. So that key technology is unlocking the ability to get into sugar in an efficient way. And since it's using stuff that we've already made and that I'm already making, technically, I will be considering that as work to do between streams. Setting up a dedicated sugar factory, as well as a dedicated bacteria factory from the sugar. So, with that, though, we have reached the end of the stream. About 64-ish% of the way done on grass. I will try to get pretty close to 100% so that we can hit that 100% together when we next meet. Over the course of the day today, we have made grass. That was our only real thing that we've done over these 3 hours, was just making grass and doing the grass tiles. So, yeah, that was about it. We made grass. Yay! Woohoo! Woohoo! We did the thing. It was glorious. It was nice. With that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Shibut. If you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushibut if you are so inclined. I will be back, planning on Sunday as usual now. I hope to see you all then.